Family Guy has built its legacy on shock humor, but sometimes its jokes hit a little too close to reality.
I don't get it. Why wouldn't Quagmire like me?
Because he thinks you're annoying. Like people who never shut up about their kids.
He would have been 4 today.
While most of us are laughing at Peter's antics or Stewie's diabolical schemes, the show has been quietly dropping jokes that feel less like satire and more like eerie predictions of the future.
Screech is going to stab someone on Christmas.
So let's dive into 10 of the creepiest times Family Guy seemingly predicted real-life events. Family Guy's got a knack for wild what-if scenarios, and this one tossed Peter into an alternate universe where Quagmire landed Lois instead of him.
I'm sorry, Peter. I'm afraid she's got a father's libido.
What can I say? I'm a vegetarian. Oh!
In the mix of bizarre reality-bending antics, Death himself drops a jaw-dropper. Dick Cheney took out Supreme Court Justice Antonin Scalia in a hunting accident. Funny in theory, until in real life, Scalia passed away under some pretty odd circumstances after a hunting trip in 2016. Sure, no bullets were involved, but Family Guy still managed to tie his fate to hunting, which, let's be honest, is a little too close for comfort.
And it's been a busy day. Dick Cheney, the chairman of Halliburton, shot Supreme Court Justice Scalia in a hunting accident, and a bullet went right through him and killed Karl Rove and Tucker Carlson.
Oh my God, Peter, you can't marry Lois.
The sheer randomness of it makes you wonder just how deep the writer's rabbit hole of satire goes. Almost makes you want to check their script archives for next week's lottery numbers. But hey, maybe it's all just dumb luck. Creepy, uncanny, dumb luck. Back in 2012, Stewie gets tangled in a dark parody of Taken, where wealthy creeps bid on kidnapped women, and one of the highest bidders? None other than Brett Ratner. Now back then, this seemed like just another pop culture jab, but fast forward 5 years and the Rush Hour director found himself exiled from Hollywood after multiple accusations of misconduct surfaced. Family Guy didn't just take a shot in the dark, they practically painted a target. You'd think Hollywood execs might have noticed that joke and started asking questions a little earlier. But nope, just business as usual until everything hit the fan. And just like that, Ratner went from Hollywood hotshot to persona non grata. Peter and the gang weren't exactly flaunting their love for Barry Manilow, but their secret appreciation ran deep. In one moment, the crooner even serenades Quagmire, an oddly personal moment that seemed like just another comedic gag. But lo and behold, 5 years later in 2017, Manilow came out publicly as gay. While rumors swirled for years, Family Guy had already scripted his revelation in their own way. Now, if only the showrunners could use this power for good, maybe predict world peace or something. Either way, the fact that a random sitcom knew before TMZ did is both hilarious and a little unnerving. One thing's for sure, never underestimate the power of a well-placed gag. A quick cutaway joke in this episode poked fun at veteran journalist Charlie Rose's possible hangover while hosting CBS This Morning.
Thanks to me, he's fallen even further than Charlie Rose.
Today on CBS This Morning, we'll be talking about how much sleep you need to not be drunk from the night before.
That's not what we're talking about.
That's what I'm talking about.
Harmless, right? Not so much. In 2017, a wave of sexual misconduct allegations ended his long career, and CBS and PBS both dropped him like a hot potato. Family Guy didn't just predict a slip-up, they nailed the downfall years in advance. Almost as if they had some dirt on him before it even surfaced. Kinda makes you think, who else do they have receipts on? Either way, the fall from grace was swift, brutal, and very public. It's 2005 and Stewie runs through a mall screaming for help because he escaped Kevin Spacey's basement.
$10. $5. $8 and I'll do it. Fine. Help! I've escaped from Kevin Spacey's basement! Help me!
At the time, it seemed like another bizarre throwaway joke, but over a decade later, in 2017, the House of Cards actor was hit with numerous allegations of misconduct, some involving minors. Turns out Family Guy wasn't just joking, they were exposing Hollywood's dirty laundry before anyone else dared to do it. The level of eeriness here is off the charts. Did they know? Did they hear whispers? Or did they just throw a dart at the creepiest guy in Hollywood and get lucky? Either way, Spacey's fall was nothing short of spectacular. Family Guy made headlines when Brian Griffin briefly passed away in 2013. The same week in real life, Paul Walker, known for his Fast and Furious role, tragically died in a car crash. Two high-profile, car-related deaths happening so close together? Fans noticed. While Brian got a miraculous revival, Paul Walker was mourned across the world. Just eerie timing. What are the odds? Probably astronomically low, but here we are. Even stranger, Brian's death involved a hit and run, while Walker's accident was a fiery crash. It's like the universe decided to take Family Guy's morbid gag and double down. Stewie casually claims Brody Jenner's dad was once an elegant Dutch woman, clearly hinting at Bruce Jenner's future transition.
Bruce Jenner is a man.
No, Brian. That's what the press would have you believe, but he's not. Bruce Jenner is a woman. An elegant, beautiful Dutch woman.
At the time, this might have seemed like an odd, baseless joke, but 6 years later, Caitlyn Jenner came out as transgender. Either Family Guy had some serious inside scoop, or they have an uncanny ability to see the future. Did Seth MacFarlane just have a gut feeling about this one? Or was this another case of Hollywood rumors leaking out in unexpected ways? Either way, it's wild to think about. Even stranger, Jenner was still actively competing in reality TV at the time, and there was no public indication of any transition plans. This moment stands out as one of the show's most bizarrely accurate predictions, considering how specific it was. One of the weirdest, most unsettling predictions came with this episode, where Peter develops the power to turn everything into Robin Williams. What starts as fun, quirky spirals into torment, and Peter tries to end it. In an eerie twist, this episode aired in the UK on the exact day Robin Williams passed away in 2014. The show didn't just reference a major event, it seemed to have timed it to the minute. This one is just plain spooky. It's like some kind of cursed broadcast. Coincidence or conspiracy? Peter brags about winning the Boston Marathon with a cutaway showing him mowing down runners in his car. Later in the episode, he unwittingly becomes part of a terrorist plot. Sounds darkly absurd, until you realize this aired just weeks before the real-life Boston Marathon bombing in 2013. The show's scene became so controversial that Fox had to remove it from circulation. In fact, conspiracy theorists quickly latched onto the eerie similarities, claiming the episode somehow foreshadowed the attack.
I'm Bob Costas, here with Boston Marathon winner Peter Griffin. Peter, how did you do it?
I'll tell you, Bob, I just got in my car and drove it. And when there was a guy in my way, I killed him.
Even worse, an edited clip falsely spread online, making it look like the show directly depicted the bombing, further fueling the controversy. Family Guy took aim at anti-vaxxers long before a global pandemic made it to a mainstream topic. In this 2016 episode, Peter convinces the town to skip vaccines, leading to a massive outbreak that forces a quarantine. Sound familiar? Flash forward to 2020, and the real world was grappling with anti-vaccine debates, lockdowns, and misinformation running rampant online. The show didn't just get it right, it practically mapped out the playbook. If only they could have thrown in a warning about toilet paper shortages too.